Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here, and this is our beginner series 2025. In the last episode, we did a lot of combat. We were doing a lot of sentinel farming, getting a lot of good upgrades, getting a lot of nanites, getting all that stuff situated. However, we ran into an issue. We have no room in our inventory, so we need to improve our inventory. We need to start farming these slots. That way we can install a whole bunch of upgrades and really do make the game a little bit easier for us. So our multi-tool is very, very good. We got a lot of room in here. We're good to go. Our starship, again, doing decent. We still have room. It's the suit that needs help. So there are two main ways to do this. You can either fly to different star systems, and if you land on the space station, you will always get one on the space station and one upgrade on the space anomaly. So if you come over here, you'll be able to upgrade it. Now, keep in mind, you can only upgrade once per space station and per space anomaly. So let me show you what we can do with that. Let's just go to a different system, and I'll show you what you should do, and make sure you have fuel. Because we're going to be jumping from star system to star system, make sure you have enough fuel to get where you need to go. We have a good amount. We have 7 shards, so we should be okay for a little while. Let's go! The other thing is you're going to need a lot of money with this method. You're going to need a lot of cash because every time you buy an upgrade, it's going to cost you more and more. And the cost for each inventory improvement is going to go up every single time. So just go to any system. It doesn't matter which one. They all offer the same amount. So it doesn't matter if you go to a more advanced system, a better economy, a lower economy. It does not matter. Just go to any system that you've never been to. If you go back to a system you went to like a week ago or a few hours ago, it does not matter. It will never let you buy another upgrade. That is a very green planet in front of us. Holy moly. Look at that. Like, that's a really cool shade of green. That's like a mint green. All right, so the other reason why you want to warp into a system is every time you do that, they put you near the space station. That way you don't have to worry about like pulse driving over or trying to find out where the space station is. If you warp into a system, they automatically place you right next to it. Like not like immediately there, but you're within like a 10 to 20 second flight into it. So let's get out here. And the other benefit of doing it this way is you will have more space station locations on your list in the teleporter, so I can teleport back and forth between all of these systems. If you find a really good system that has really good upgrades, you can always come back to it because you landed there. Let's get our Exosuit upgrade. So just look at that. It's 35,000 for a general cargo, but we don't want that. We want a technology upgrade. That's going to be 15,000. So there we go. 15,000 we just spent on our suit upgrade. And we're not going to worry about installing any upgrades right now. We just want to do our inventory improvements. So before you leave, remember, you can get 2. You can go to the space station, which we just did, and then you can call in the space anomaly. And when you land there, we can go back to the marketplace in the back, and it will always have 1 suit available. And it always changes if you go to a new system. Just like the space stations, you have to go to a new system, and then it will basically refresh your inventory upgrade. So now we're good for that. And remember, it was 15,000 for our last one. So we spent 15 grand. Oh, and it's going to go up and up. It can go all the way up to millions if you want to keep doing it this way. It's going to cost you a lot, so make sure you're farming your money, doing your sentinel farming, that way you can get your money. All right, right back here, Exosuit upgrade station. And if we go back up to our technology, look at that. It's now 30,000. And then it'll turn to 60. And then it'll be 100. So there we go. Boom. So that was 30,000 for that one. And we can just keep doing this over and over again. Warp to a new system, go to the space station, get everything ready to go. So let's do one more, just so I can show you that the price increases. I think it might not go double. It might start going 10,000 more. It used to be double every time until you got to 1 million. Then it would stop at 1 million, and everything would cost to 1 million after that. I think they've modified it so it's not as difficult. Go to a different system here. Again, doesn't matter which one, as long as it is a new one, a fresh system you've never been to before. And you're able to go there. You know, you can't go to a system that's locked, like I can't right now. Go to any more advanced systems like a blue system or a green system because I don't have those upgrades yet for my spaceship. So here we are. And now let's head on in here. Is this an outlaw system? Oh, no, it's a normal one. Okay, good. So not that you can get them in the outlaw systems as well, the pirate systems. It's just I prefer the normal systems. That way I can just teleport all over the place. So if I remember right, it should be 60. It should double every time. But I think they might have changed that. So we're going to double verify. So it was 30 the last time we bought one. The last space station, the space anomaly, it was 30,000. Let's get up in here and see what the upgrade cost. This one is going to be 40,000. So it only went up by 10. Okay, so they did modify that to make it a little easier to buy it. You're still going to spend a ton of money doing that, but you don't. It's not as bad as it could be. So the second way to do this is if you come over here to the cartographer, the guy that sells a whole bunch of the location charts. He will sell you the cargo drop pod charts. So make sure you exchange for specific charts. You can get lucky sometimes if you purchase a random map. It says random, but they're always the same. So if I press random right here, it will give me a random one. And I got a planetary chart that's going to mark a secured site of interest. So a resource depot or a manufacturing facility, a building that is protected by these sentinels. That is what it's going to mark for you. And it says random, but it's not random every time. So if I do it again, I just get another one. So once you've bought one of the maps and you know what it is, it will always keep giving you that same one. It says random, quote unquote, but it's not random every time. It's just one random chart that this station gives. So this station will always give me the secured site of interest chart. So I know that's what it will give me. But if you go in and buy a specific chart, let's go exchange for specific charts. You'll see we can get anyone we want. So I can buy a secured site chart if I wanted to, or at the bottom, I can buy an exosuit upgrade. This is for your inventory. However, we need nav data. It says exchange 3 charts. I don't know why. It should say navigational data. Maybe that's too long to put there. I have no idea. But it needs navigational data. Those are random nodules you will get from, like if you use one of the save beacons that are on the planet, it will give you a navigational chart, or you will find them randomly out there. So we need to find those in order to buy any exosuit upgrade charts from him. If you want to buy it at the space station, you're going to need navigational data. However, there's another way to get those charts, and you can spend money on it, and it's way more cost effective than I think than what's it called? Then it would be to just buy the space suit, like the upgrades from the space station. So let's go down here. Oh, let's not go down there. There's a aggressive planet. Where is there another nearby planet that does not aggressive? Because I don't want to fight the sentinels. Of course, what the? All right, so yeah, everyone's aggressive here. So we're gonna go aggressive sentinels. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly around and we're gonna look for a beacon. We're gonna look for the big antenna because we need to find a settlement, a minor settlement. Now you might be able to just find those randomly. Like if you just fly low and slow, you'll run into them eventually. But are you kidding me? We just found a random crash ship as soon as I fly into the atmosphere? What the hell? All right, this is the best planet ever. So I literally just flew straight down randomly, and we run into a crashed ship. And something to keep in mind, there are 2 different kinds of crashed ships. There is the ones that are crashed with no pilot, and then there are others that have a pilot walking around. The big thing to look out for is this item right here, this distress beacon. This will only show up if the pilot is gone, the pilot is dead. So if you see this, that means it is a crash ship that you can take. If there's no distress beacon, that means the pilot's walking around somewhere and you need to talk to them and help them out. So this is a ship that we can take as our own. Now, the one thing about this, we did our crash ships earlier with the sentinel ships. All we had to do was soothe the brain, remember. But for a normal crash ship like these, they are going to be broken. What is this? No. Let me activate the... Oh, really? It won't even let me activate this thing? Because I'm in combat? Probably. I'm in combat, so it won't let me. So that's weird and glitched out. What we're going to do is we're going to reset that. So let's get in and out of our ship to make a save point. And then if you reload your save point, you will be out of combat. There might be a sentinel flying around still, so keep that in mind. If you're on an aggressive planet, an aggressive sentinel planet, as soon as the sentinels see you, they will attack you. But maybe they won't be around. Let's see. Come on, don't be around. Beautiful. So let's see if I can... Yeah, there we go. Boom. I can activate it now. So the thing with regular crashed ships is that they're broken. It is just like when we got our multi-tool. The reason they're broken is they're free. We can just take it right now, but they're crashed, meaning we have to fix every single one of these. And so we're going to need to get magnetized ferrite. We're going to need to get chlorine or a repair kit. You can get a repair kit, but that might get expensive as well. Either way, you're going to be fixing this thing if you want to keep it. But the benefit of it is we can go to a space station and just scrap this thing or trade it for other money, and we don't even have to worry about fixing it or anything like that. So we're going to compare it, and this is where you can compare to your current starship. If you want to trade it, you don't have to worry about that, though, because a crash ship is free. It'll never cost you money to grab or to claim a crashed ship. It just takes your materials to fix it. We're going to claim this thing. This is our ship now. Yeah. And we can also interact with the distress beacon. You want to do this because as you progress in the game, these distress beacons will give you different items. The high-tech ship's emergency systems activate as I climb on board, and a hologram appears before me. The lights in the mask it wears seem wide and dim. The pilot calmly reports news of its imminent demise. The noise of the explosions and tearing metal can be heard. The hologram disappears, leaving an array of glittering technologies and devices behind. Some of them still look operational. So this is where you can choose what you want to grab from the spaceship. You can either get a technology, which is going to be a free blueprint that you don't have to worry about. It's a free one. Or search for goods, which is going to be a random item that you can sell for money at the space station. I would highly recommend you always look for functioning technology. Look for technology because this is something you can build over and over. You basically learn a free blueprint. Let's see what we get. The research ship carries fascinating technological advances. I scan a blueprint and can now construct one of these advances myself. So we've learned how to make a teleport receiver for free. We didn't have to do anything other than we found this ship. So heck yeah, we got it. And then of course, always check your damaged machinery because they can give you some really good stuff. And let's see what we get. We got nanites. That's fine. But yeah, so this is our ship. Now keep in mind, if you want to use this ship, you're going to have to fix at minimum the pulse engine and the launch thruster. You don't have to fix anything else. But those two are vital. And I would say probably you want to fix the shield, but you don't have to. In order to fly this thing, you need to fix these two, though. So let's fix those. That, and we need a hermetic seal. And we should be good. Yep, there we go. Now, there is a way to get around this. You're going to find a lot of people probably in the comments right now telling you that you can just go to the space anomaly, call it in, and it will magically fix itself. That is absolutely true. It will do that. However, that is an exploit. That is a bug. And I don't know when they're going to fix that. So I don't want to go over that in this guide simply because if they fix it a month from now, this guide will be incorrect. But There is a way to exploit that. You can look it up on YouTube. Highly, highly suggest you could do that, simply because it saves you the materials. However, we don't know if it's ever going to be fixed, and I don't want to give you incorrect information yet. Of course things are going to change, but I know that is definitely a bug. That is not something intended. They will be fixing that probably. But yeah, you can just go to the space station or the space anomaly. If you call in your ship, it will automatically fix items for you because it needs to be fixed to get there, to fly off. Anyway, we're going to fix it. We fixed it, so now we can fly this if we want to. I don't need it. We can always call it in later on. I'm just going to jump in my ship and fly away. And the original reason we came down here before I got distracted by that awesome crash ship is we are looking for a beacon, a big antenna. Or, a minor settlement. If you find a settlement just flying around, that's even better. But at minimum, you want to find an antenna. It's called a beacon as you're flying around. So fly low and slow because the game is procedurally generated. It's going to take a second for everything to load in. So you want to give it a chance to load in. If you fly too fast, it won't load the building in. You won't even know it's there because you're flying too fast. And this is it looks like an observatory. We don't need that. There's another building over here. You'll notice as I'm flying, I'm scanning as well. Because when you scan, it will bring up random buildings. It won't bring up every building. It'll just mark one close by. Nope. So we'll fly over here. And you could do this on foot if you want to run around and explore and pick up materials. But I don't want to run around in a storm. So I'm just going to fly around. And here we go, antenna. These are pretty quick to find. That's why I was looking for that first. But this big old antenna, this beacon, you want to land here because this will mark the location of a minor settlement for you. So if we interact with it, it will mark a nearby one. It won't mark the closest one. It won't mark anything guaranteed, but it'll mark a minor settlement nearby somewhere. So there's one right over there. Minor settlement detected. So let's jump in our ship. Now we know where one is. And if you're flying around and you happen to run into one, awesome. You don't have to do that. But if you want to find one without using a chart, that is a very quick and easy way to do that. And minor settlements are very awesome to go to because they sell you upgrade materials, but they'll also sell you charts. Another way to do that is you can also look for a planetary archive. There's no way to find a planetary archive like that. You can buy a chart, blah, blah, blah. But quickest way, easiest way is just to go find an antenna, a beacon, find a minor settlement, and you're good to go. And they have a landing pad. So if you see a landing pad next to a building, that is a minor settlement, and you're good to go. So let's get inside this minor settlement. Now, these are just like our pirate stations we visited earlier. They will sell random things. There's a baseline of things they sell, but they will sell random charts sometimes. So it's not a guarantee, but there's a really good chance that they will sell me a chart like that. Boom. Exosuit upgrade chart. I can buy 80 of them. Insane. Look at that. You can buy a whole bunch. If you don't have the nanites or you don't have the navigational data to get them from the space station, come to a minor settlement. Again, this is randomized. So sometimes you won't see any charts in here. So I would say it's 50-50. You have a 50% chance of finding one that has upgrade charts in them. So that's another way to do it. And I say it's more cost effective simply because right now it only costs me $50,000 for each slot. However, that price increases as you get more and more. This price stays the same. So, I mean, if I buy more than 10, that's 10 different exosuit slots. I'll be paying more than that for each one at a space station. So that's why it's more cost effective over time, over the long haul. If you're just buying one, not cost effective whatsoever. If you're buying one, 100,000, I can go to a space station and buy one for 50 for half the price. You do this because it's cheaper in the long run. If you can buy, 30 or 40 of these, you're going to be making your money back and then some easily. So we can get like 30 of them. That is way more cost effective. Or another way to do this is look for navigational data here. Sometimes they'll sell you navigational data and you can use that at the space station to get your charts on your own. So let's do this. Let's go to purchase components, because these are the pieces you can use to build your blueprints. And you should see navigational data in here somewhere. Oh no, they're selling me charts here. No navigational data, but they're selling me charts. Man, this space, this minor settlement is pretty freaking epic. They're selling me all these cool charts. But usually you'll find navigational data in here as well. You can buy, if you don't have very much money, I would recommend getting the navigational data and then going to the space station, because you get a chart for the navigational data, which is, you know, not that expensive. Whereas the exosuits are going to be more expensive. The exosuit upgrade chart is going to be expensive, but if you buy a whole group of them, again, buy 20 or 30 of them, it pays for itself immediately. The other thing you can do while you're at a minor settlement is, if you want to buy any upgrades, you can do that here. Just keep in mind, all these blueprints you can buy at the space station, or the space anomaly, excuse me. And so the only reason to do it here is you can do it if you have like a high ranking with the Korvax, for instance. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. So that's the only real reason to do it. You can still get all this stuff on the space anomaly, so it's not a big deal. And they don't have a very big variety either. So it's here, it's useful, but ultimately go to the space anomaly, just buy it there because it's already unlocked. I don't have to worry about ranking up. I don't have to do any of that kind of stuff. You're going to save a little bit of nanites, but if you're farming nanites through the sentinel farming method, like if you're just killing sentinels and selling off the upgrades, you're going to have thousands of nanites. You won't need to worry about, oh, I saved 5 or 10 nanites. Not going to be a big deal. So you can get all this stuff at the space anomaly and not even worry about your ranking or anything like that. Let's see what the, let's grab our nanites. And also, if you see these will give you, randomly, they will give you navigational data. So let's see this. Oh, we got nanites out of that one. Dang it. So sometimes they'll give you navigational data. Let's see this weapon. It is it's an A class. That's a good one. It has 2 supercharged slots next to each other. So this is something to keep in mind. Every multi-tool is going to be different. And depending on the location of these supercharged slots, they might be better or worse. So depending on what you want, if you want to upgrade your weapon to be way OP, way powerful, you're going to want your supercharged slots to be next to each other. That way you can put all of your upgrades right next to each other. So this is a very good setup. And then if we go to our S, if we upgrade this one more time, maybe we'll get another one in here. So you don't know. But the more supercharged slots that are next to each other, the better it is, again, depending on what you want to do. Some people, they want to have one supercharged slot for their scanner, one for their weapon, one for, their mining beam. And so they want them to be separated because then you can upgrade, or you can use a supercharged slot on each individual technology, which understandable. It depends on what you want to do. It's your flavor, whatever you're trying to do. But if you're trying to maximize the item, you want all of your upgrades to be basically right next to each other so you can put all of your upgrades together. So you want these supercharged slots all over here. Ideally, you want a big 4 square. You want 2 down here and 2 up here, because then if you have all 4 right next to each other, that's perfection. That is so good. So that is like almost as good as you can get, depending on the weapon. If it's a bolt caster, you want it to be in a straight line down. That's really, really deep. Like, you need to be looking up videos for that, because that is like deep end game kind of stuff. But for now, just knowing that the more supercharged slots are closer together is a beneficial thing. So I definitely want to do that. And it's only worth 168,000. I will pay for that. That's insane. That is so good. I will pay for that just to have that multi-tool. Now remember, when you buy anything, it automatically switches to that as your default, so you have to switch back. Like, I want to go back to my main multi-tool right here, my sentinel multi-tool. But we're good. So now we have our charts. So we have 30, plus we have our 2 already in here. So we have 32 charts. This is really, really good. The only thing we have to keep in mind now is we're going to need antimatter housing. You're going to need to make as many of these as you can, because you need 1 antimatter housing for each drop pod. So technically we're going to need 32 of them. We can only make 11. But we're also going to need carbon nanotubes. We need, again, one for each one. So we need at least 32 of each of these. And we're going to need 10 sodium nitrate. So you need these 3 items right here in order to unlock upgrade chart. So let's go and get some upgrades going for our inventory. So you'll notice I went into my ship because if you fire off a map in your ship, it will just mark the location. If you're outside of your ship, if you're standing around on the ground, it will do a camera zoom out and a camera zoom back in. It'll do a weird animation. So if you don't want to go through any of that, just jump in your ship and it will basically cancel that out. So let's go over here. There's our first drop pod. We're going to go down in here, and we're going to fix the drop pod. It doesn't cost you money other than the chart. It's going to cost you material. So this is the more cost-effective way to do it. If you have a ton of money, the faster way is definitely going from space station to space station, because it takes you, a minute to load into a space station, buy the Exosuit inventory slot, and then move on. But if you want to do it more cost-effectively, just do this. Go to each drop pod. Exosuit upgrade. Remember, we need a sodium nitrate. We need 10. We need 1 carbon nanotube and 1 antimatter housing. And now, it's just like on the space station. You could just choose whichever one you want. And don't worry, like if it says that one, you don't have to do that. If you want to, you can buy that one if you'd like. You can buy this one. You can buy that one. Whatever you want. If you select the area you want to unlock, that will give it to you. So if I want to do this corner like that. Now, I have a random corner unlocked in my space, my inventory. This irritates the heck out of me, but you can do it that way if you'd like. So if you have a particular kind of like setup you want to do, you can do it that way. I'm weird. I need everything to be squared off and, perfect. So, and that's it. It's a one and done. So this drop pod is now done. We can't ever come back here and do it. You can come back and do it, but I've unlocked it already, so I can never unlock it again at this, drop pod. While you're here, always hit these save beacons because, again, they give you navigational data. So as you're getting your upgrade slots, you can get more navigational data, go back to the space station, and use that to buy more charts. So it's kind of like a good cycle. You can do that. We also got 10 nanites for that. So if you're not in your spaceship and you fire off one of those charts, this is what happens. You zoom out. It's a weird animation. It's just kind of giving you like a bird's eye view. And then it says, hey, we found one, and it zooms back in. You can avoid that like 10 seconds of weirdness if you just get in your ship. So let's go. Let's go mark another one. And you basically are just doing that over and over again. If you want to do it the really, really hard way, just fly low and slow. Because if I would have just flown over here with my ship, I would see this thing on the ground and I can land and do that. But if you're lazy like me and I don't want to just fly around for like 3 hours and look for 2 drop pods, then that's another way to do it. You can just say, hey, I'm going to get the chart. We're good. So here we go. We got our navigational data from there. And let me show you a trick. There is a bug, and I said earlier I didn't want to show you a bug because they might fix it. This has been a bug since the beginning, basically, of the game. It's been a bug for multiple years. I don't know if they're ever going to fix this thing, but if you don't have the material, say, hey, look, I don't have a, antimatter housing, or I can't make a carbon nanotube, or I just don't want to. I want to save my resources. This is a trick you can do, and it works. It's just you never know if they're going to fix it or not. So find a green box nearby. You have to be within loading distance of this. If there's not one right here at the waypoint, you can kind of look around, and you can go a little bit away. So I can go over here to this cargo drop over here. So you just don't want to leave you don't want to be too far away. If you leave the immediate area, it will kind of reset. But we should be close enough with this one because we can still see the drop pod over there. So all you do is open the damaged container. It has to be the green one. Get rid of this junk. And remember, there's a weird animation, right? So you cancel it. You have to cancel out. So get rid of the junk. Back out immediately. Before it opens, back out. So it did not complete the animation while I was in that menu. I canceled out of it. If you do that near a drop pod and you try to open it up, they fixed it. Oh, they did do that. Well, then never mind. I'm not showing you that anymore. It would skip this menu and go right into giving you an upgrade slot. They might have fixed it. I might have been a little too far away. So that's another thing too. Remember, you have to be really, really close. So I should have done, let me see. I have one right over here. Let's see if it actually works. So I have one right here. We have a second shot at it. Let's see if they actually fixed it or if I just was too far away. Back out before the animation finishes. And they did fix it. Oh no, they fixed it. Well, that bug is no longer available. That glitch, that exploit does not work because I was right there. There's no way that didn't work. So yeah, they fixed it. Well, never mind. I was showing you a way that used to work, and now, as of 2025, it does not work. So that's another reason to do these beginner series every year, because eventually they will get to all the bugs. That thing was working for like 4 or 5 years though. So I thought they were never going to fix that thing. I thought that was going to be forever simply because it was so long. They didn't fix it forever. Well, it's fixed now. Dang it. All right. Well, we're good on that. Let's find another one here. So I'm being attacked by the sentinels. So I need to get the heck out of here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my power over to my engines. That way I can go farther away. Diverting power to my engines. So if you go fast enough, you basically outrun the sentinels. And then we're good. So divert the power. Remember, you can divert power in your spaceship by pressing up on your D-pad. If you're playing the game and you press up on your D-pad, it'll change it. So now I'm powering all my shields. I'm using all my power for my shields. But keep in mind, that will lower the power for everything else. So right now, my shields have 258 power on them, right? If I switch it back to my weapons, now my shields are down to, oh no, 258. I wonder. All right, damage potential is 172. So there we go. Now my engines, let me look. 142. Okay, so I wonder why my shields didn't go down. Maybe it takes the charge away. All right, either way, be careful when you're diverting power because it does affect your stats on your ship. Again, let me do this. Oh, you can't change your power when you're landed. Okay, never mind. You can't change it when you're landed. You have to change it while you're flying. Let's turn this thing on real fast. The sentinels are coming after me. This is a really bad place to be doing this. You don't want to go on a sentinel planet simply because it's a pain in the butt. Sentinels are just going to constantly be hounding you. Like this guy. So you know what? We're just going to leave. We're out of here. I'm going to go find another another planet that's not a pain in the butt to use. Are you good? What kind of planet are you? Are you an angry planet? Oh, no, you're just a rainy... Oh, it has high sentinel activity. You know what? We're going to go to a different system. Man, this system is bad for planets. All the planets have angry sentinels on them. Let's go here. That way I don't have to worry about, you know, every time I land, if there's a sentinel going to be, like, right on my butt every time. But yeah, essentially, this is what you're going to do. Just fire off every one of these charts and upgrade your suit. And you don't have to do your technology. You can do your general, like, backpack inventory as well. So let's just fire one off when we're in space. Let's see. Which planet's going to have it? It'll mark one randomly for us. And... Ooh, there's a drop pod, but someone's giving us a call. What's going on here? Grah! Oh no, what's going on? Oh, this might be a settlement. We can do a settlement. Though the transmission is infused with static and its alien speech garbled, one thing is unmistakable. This life form is in great distress. Their broadcast contains a set of coordinates. So let's input those coordinates. The transmission's pre-recorded hologram fades as I shut down my starship communicator. Their coordinates point to a nearby planet. So, oh, it's on the planet we're going to right there. What planet is this? What kind of planet is this? It is a nuclear planet, so it is a radiation planet. It has my drop pod, and it also has a settlement that's in help. It's in distress. So we could do that next episode. Heck yeah. If you guys want to see it next episode, definitely let me know down below in the comments. I will say if you're on Nintendo Switch, as far as I know, you guys don't have settlements there. The Nintendo Switch cannot handle settlements, so just be aware of that. But we're going to do our drop pod first so we can get more of this. Now keep in mind, we're going to need sodium nitrate, so we need to convert some of our sodium into nitrate. If you just put it in your refiner, it refines regular sodium into sodium nitrate. That way we can keep getting our drop pods. So let's get in here and grab another one. And again, I'm doing my technology. I'm focused on my technology slots, but you can do your cargo as well. It only works on your suit, so don't get it wrong. It's not going to help your starship, for instance. These are just for your suit inventory upgrades. So let's get in here. We'll fix all this. And so yeah, you can do this one if you want, but I want to try to get mine squared off since I put a random box down there and it's driving me crazy. But you'll notice we unlocked a supercharged slot. So if we do this, this is the reason why you want your supercharged slots. So we have core health 33, shield 32, but if we put it in the supercharge, it jumps up to 41% core and shield is 40%. So that's why you want to use them. And another reason why, if you have multiple slots in the same area, you can do multiple upgrades. So for instance, if I had for my mining beam, I could do a mining beam here, my mining beam upgrade. I can do one right here. If they were all four right here, it would be all four working on my mining beam, you know, all my upgrades for that. So my mining beam would be insanely powerful. That's another reason why, if you're looking at technology for ships and for multi-tools, you want as many of them to be close together as possible. Let's get our navigational data. That way we're good on that. And grab whatever's in here, just in case it's something good. But yeah. So I feel like we got a lot of good suit. Oh yeah, we can do this now. Now that we have room, we can start putting these in. So we can put all these around. And I don't want to put it there. I want to see the stats on it. So that's the one thing, is when you put it in here in the supercharged slot, you don't know what the original stats are. You can if you math it out. I think it's a 25% increase. But just to make it easier on my eyeballs, because my brain doesn't work very well, I like to put it not in the supercharged. So that's a good one. Look at that. Shield strength and core health and solar panel battery and fuel efficiency. We get another one. Now it's overloaded because we have more than 3. So we can pick whichever one is the best. Life support and solar panel. Solar panel and fuel efficiency. Yeah, we'll keep that one. So we'll get rid of this. Put another one in here. See what the stats are on this one. And it is... Oh, that's a good one. Shield and core health. Very good. So those are 2 really good ones. So we can get rid of shield strength, life support tanks. Let's get rid of this one. Fuel efficiency and solar panel. Get rid of that one. And we have one more to hit. Shield strength, solar panel, shield strength, and life support tank. So, solar panel is not... Solar panel basically recharges your life support, or it runs slower in the daytime because it's running off of solar panel power. However, at nighttime, it's not going to help you. Whereas this one gives me life support tanks completely. So I have 45% more life support tanks. Doesn't matter if it's daytime or nighttime. That's why, solar panel is okay, but I don't care. So if we do that one, actually, let's see which one is better. Our shield. That's a 33 and a 31. 33 and a 32. So the S is actually better. We'll put that in there. So yeah, we're good. Now we have some really good life support and shields. We have shield increases and core health increases. So we're doing really, really good. Hopefully you guys liked the video. If you did, hit that like button. And I think next time we're going to be going into, we're going to at least start our settlement. Where's our settlement at? I don't even see it. Well, we're going to start the settlement. So we have that mission right here. Where is it at? A planet in distress. We can do that one. We have Under a Rebel Star. That is our pirate mission. We have a lot of missions we need to go through and do. So now that we've gotten our inventory kind of under control, let's start doing some more missions. So I will see you guys in the next episode.